He needs Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. So stop fucking with these white girls, you idiot. Like,
well, he has
now he's got Megan Good.
Now he has. He said he's a great man, and now he has Megan Good by his side. So
good and great. Can't lose.
We were out in the city over the weekend, and we were talking about a hot case. Jonathan Majors on trial in New York City. And some more information dropped. Some videos dropped of him and his ex-girlfriend, Grace, fighting outside of the car and him running like a track star. All around the city, man. What did you take from this new evidence that's come out? Because this was actually what the prosecutors showed to the jurors. And when I went over this evidence, I felt like it hurt her case more.
I thought so too. Like, I mean, she chased him. Now, granted, he did try to force her into like a car, and then when she wouldn't go, he like just ran away, and then she started talking to a group of people. I guess all distressed and stuff. He walked back and then was just like, "Leave me alone." She ends up going to the club. He goes back to his house. Later on that night, she passed out in the closet, and he went down to the lobby and called the cops. Like, there's definitely a gray area of like, okay, what happened when she actually came back from the club for her to be passed out in your closet?
Well, she said she got attacked in the car. That's her story. Like,
well before that, right?
What do you mean?
So that's before he ended up calling the cops later.
Yeah. When you see her running out the car, she was saying before they left the car, that's when he attacked her. But his driver or their driver, I'm not sure if it was his driver or was it an Uber driver? I'm not even sure.
I don't know. It's an Escalade. I would be surprised if that's an Uber. But
really, they have Uber Blacks?
That's true.
Yeah.
The article doesn't say if it was an Uber or not.
Well, the driver said that he thinks that she attacked him. So that's... And this evidence, I don't know. It seems like she was the one chasing him around. He is obviously a lot bigger than her. He did try to push her back into the car, but
he did.
It was a wild scene.
It looks crazy. And then, the pictures of her injuries, a couple of the pictures don't really seem to show much with like her hand and her neck. But then the one behind the ear, I'm like, ooh, that looks nasty. Like her ear looks messed up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is just a mess.
It is a mess. They also, I think, we talked about this on Saturday about the audio of his conversation with her. They dropped that audio. So let's listen to Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend, Grace Jabari. I don't know. Let's hear, their dynamic.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? Period. This is actually, period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really know, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is going to get a commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No. Do you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife.
Do you know who that is?
Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
I know, I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
Let me just lay it out for you, right? I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma, blah, all that said, right? And I'm gonna say it, I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation.
So he says, he is a great man. He does a lot for his culture and community. and he needs a woman
And for the world.
and for the whole world. He didn't ask to be in this position.
He needs Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. So stop fucking with these white girls, you idiot. Like,
well, he has
now he's got Megan Good.
Now he said he's a great man, and now he has Megan Good by his side. So
good and great. Can't lose.
Bro, like, does this new evidence change your opinion about the case?
He's a dickhead, but I don't know. I don't know if he beat her up or not. I just don't know. I really don't. Like, if this is recording from when they're there, did they fight? Because she seems like she's agreeing with him. She seems like she's saying, yeah, I fucked up. I went and got drunk.
Yeah. And it's similar to the story of them going out and her being drunk and going to the bar and coming home in his closet passed out drunk and him thinking that she killed herself. She also said that he had threatened to commit suicide in the past when they've had fights. So it just seems like a really toxic situation that got leaked down the streets. Troy, did this new information and evidence change your opinion of anything, or?
No, I don't think it really changed much. I mean, based off of, those texts that were released a few weeks ago, it did seem like, he at least put his hands on her. Like, I don't really think that helped his case. I don't think this really helped her case. I think it's, like you guys said, a toxic relationship. And I don't know. I'm happy I'm not on that jury because I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, but I did think it was funny to see him running around the city.
I mean, also with her injuries, they look like they could be just random drunk injuries.
It looks like it, but it's hard to tell. Of
course, it's hard to tell. I still am trying to figure out like how you cut the back of your ear like that.
If someone smacks you in your head, it's possible.
But a smack cutting the back of your ear?
Yeah. If someone's like over 200 pounds and they smack you in the head, you can get cut.
But behind the ear flap?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if somebody slapped you in the side of your head that hard in your ear, you're going to have blood coming out of your ear. Like the inside, because it'll burst your eardrum or something. Not like the back. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. None of this makes sense to me.
I'm not sure, but he was running for his life. And yeah, they obviously, I don't know who's telling the truth. He's been denying this from the jump. It's definitely a nasty situation. Do you think that's going to wrap up soon? Because the prosecution, they're done. So now it's his defense team's turn. Do you think we're going to have answers by the end of the year?
Well, are they going to take a recess or anything for like holidays?
I didn't see that. I know they're doing that for the YSL trial.
Yeah,
someone got like stabbed or something.
Yeah, one of the co-defendants or something like that. I don't know. I guess it depends on what sort of schedule they're on. But I will say that audio does him no favors.
Yeah, I would say, well, I don't know. Because when I'm listening to that, I'm like, you know what? I agree with what he's saying. Like, you come home drunk. I'm working all hard. You got to get it together. You got to be more like Michelle Obama, girl. Come on.
I think it's good. It's good audio until he gets to the part where I'm a great man. I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm changing the world and doing all this other stuff. And then tells her she has to be a black woman. Like, I think that part of it, if they would have just cut the audio, fine. But obviously the prosecution going to use the whole thing. So
he doesn't tell her she has to be a black woman. He just named great black women. Because he's a great black man.
If you were in an argument with your partner and she was like, yo, you know what? Do you know who Brad Pitt is? Do you know who Hugh Jackman is? Like, if she just started naming mad white actors, you would be like, oh, so you want me to be a white guy?
No, I don't think
you want me to be a golden retriever. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Like, that would be crazy.
No, I don't compare myself only to black people, like, at all. Like,
I don't compare myself only to black people either. But I feel like to only say black women when you're talking to a white lady, that's kind of weird.
No, he knew what he was doing. You're talking
about, like,
I mean, he's pretty much
Martin Luther King's wife.
Yeah.
Barack Obama's wife. These are like luminaries. These are like the pinnacle of black excellence. Like, what?
That's how he sees himself, obviously.
Which is nuts.
Okay, well, anyway, I mean, I agree. I agree that he sounds nuts, but at the same time, like, if he feels that way about himself, obviously he got him in high places. So who knows? He didn't expect this to go public, but I mean, a lot of actors are arrogant. I mean, we heard about the stuff Johnny Depp, him and Amber Heard were saying back and forth. This is lightweight compared to them. So
This is true. This is true.
I mean, we heard Mel Gibson talking to his ex-wife like 20 years ago saying some real wild shit. So I don't put nothing past any famous people. They do have warped perception of themselves.
Listen,
so
dog, if you want to be
surprising to me.
If you want to be Barack Obama or Martin Luther King, don't date an extra who's a dancer and a movement coach. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, just see them on the side. Like Martin Luther King would.
I'm not putting that on MLK. That's never been proven.
What you mean it's never been proven? There's pictures, man. Everyone knows. That's common knowledge. Shout out to MLK.
They were just out to dinner.
MLK Day, January this year, coming up after the holidays. Yeah, one month. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Jonathan Majors will get convicted on this? Let us know in the comments. We'll see if we get answers, before the year ends. Because our last live is next Wednesday. So we'll see. I don't know. Honestly, I think this. If the prosecution's done and this was the evidence they were working with, I think it's gonna be hard to convict the man.
I don't know. Here's the charges that he's facing are 3rd degree with intent to cause physical harm, assault in the 3rd degree, recklessly causing physical injury, aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, and harassment in the 2nd degree.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know the difference between 1st, 2nd, 3rd degree with some of this stuff, but usually 3rd degree is like way easier to prove.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's obviously already impacted his career. He was dropped from his agency. Mm-hmm. They put a lot of projects on hold he was working on. So,
yeah.
We'll see. I feel like if he isn't convicted, then they will move forward with him. I think, Disney would have already announced someone replacing him. I think they're waiting on the results of this case before, he loses that Marvel spot. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, especially during the holidays, man. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.